money in its traditional sense did not exist, the world would undergo significant changes in how economic transactions and systems function. We would still need a form of barter system in place. So, what could we do to achieve complete decentralization in the finance sector? What could we do to get rid of the dollar? Let's discuss it. Without further ado, let's get rolling. Hypothetically, just hypothetically, time-based currencies could be an alternative. It is possible to decentralize processes around time-based currencies. For instance, you work 8 hours and you earn 800 coins. Theoretically, achieving this scenario is possible and smart contracts could help us automate this process. However, I have a couple of problems with this model because it treats everyone equally, putting all people in one basket without considering the quality of work performed. As someone who was born in the USSR, I witnessed communism and the issues associated with this type of socioeconomic ideology firsthand. It was not a favorable experience. Time-based currencies cannot effectively boost innovation. The value of one person's hour could be equal to thousands of hours spent by another individual. A talented and knowledgeable scientist could produce more value in just 1 hour of work compared to thousands of hours spent by mediocre employees. So, is it possible to find a fair way of measuring labor and conducting transactions without solely relying on traditional currencies? If time-based currencies don't work, then what does work? How do we achieve decentralization so that even if tempted, centralized entities like the Federal Reserve cannot print more money at will? The dollar is heavily manipulated. We all know that. What alternatives can we create instead of the dollar? While stores of value like Bitcoin exist, they can be highly volatile, introducing friction in day-to-day transactions. Bitcoin is a great store of value, but what would be the best medium of exchange? We still need a form of money that offers stability and reliability. Creating a universal stable coin with no inflation could be an option. However, how do you achieve that? Achieving that requires asset backing, mechanisms for price stability, decentralized governance, and transparency. We know how to achieve transparency and perfect decentralized governance, and we are familiar with mechanisms for price stability. Utilizing and improving distributed ledger technology can help us achieve all that, but what about asset backing? Gold? Gold could be an option, but tracking it would require a manual input that can be manipulated. We need something more transparent than gold, and something that requires less control and auditing. Something that can easily be powered by smart contracts. How about using the human population? Hypothetically, we could achieve a type of pegging by linking a universal stable coin to the number of people on Earth. For example, when a new human being is born, hospitals could add a node to a blockchain and the smart contract would automatically mint and add a portion of additional tokens to the total supply. For example, 1 million universal tokens added with each individual's birth. The same logic could apply when people pass away. The smart contract would burn a number of tokens from the total supply. While cheating someone's birth or death is possible, it is possible, especially in third world or developing countries, it is significantly harder than raising a debt ceiling. You cannot get approval from a legislative body such as the Parliament or Congress to increase the number of births. You need to have more people physically. Motivating the population to reproduce is the only option. A universal stablecoin backed by human lives would prevent governments from printing more money, making it physically impossible. Countries would be incentivized to expand, with more people being born and contributing their minds to making the world a better place. If you think overpopulation would be a problem, consider that we are on the brink of a multiplanetary existence. The universe has enough space for all of us. Additionally, there is still a vast number of underdeveloped and empty lands in the US alone. Take a look at Nevada, Wyoming, North Dakota, Rhode Island, Montana, and Alaska. There is plenty of space for everyone. Decentralization and freedom cannot exist without money. We just discussed that. However, we need to find a way to achieve decentralization in the finance sector, which is challenging when governments are reluctant to lose control and impose more and more sanctions and restrictions on the crypto sector. Nevertheless, the shift toward decentralization is naturally happening because innovation cannot be stopped. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are developing their own currencies for trade. While the dollar is still the main currency, things are about to change. De-dollarization is just the first step. What happens next? First, we will see new traditional currencies like BRIC introduced, followed by digital versions of the same traditional currencies like the digital yuan, digital dollar, and digital euro. The development of a digital currency ecosystem will foster even more innovation. Sure, the ecosystem will still be centralized, but eventually it will make the finance world increasingly more transparent. One thing is clear: decentralization will eventually dominate the finance world. It is possible to structure the activities. Innovation is a natural stage in human evolution. The SEC might attempt to suppress crypto, but such attempts will backfire eventually. During medieval times, the pursuit of scientific knowledge often clashed with religious and societal norms, leading to persecution and violence against scientists and intellectuals. Nevertheless, science and innovation prevailed. That concludes our discussion for today. Before I go, I want to address a couple of things. Firstly, you can support this channel by providing donations in cryptocurrencies to the addresses mentioned in the description. Please share your thought-provoking comments in the comment section. I would be happy to engage in a discussion. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. I'll talk to you soon. Ivan KV out.